Melania Trump is hardly a stranger to controversy, but these shocking outfit choices really took the cake. Near the end of 2023, former First Lady Rosalynn Carter died. As is custom, all the living women who have held or currently hold the position attend Carter's memorial service. That's Hillary Clinton, Laura Bush, Michelle Obama, Melania Trump, and Jill Biden. And all the First Ladies were dressed in black for the occasion, except for Melania. Rather than wear the typical mourning color, Melania attended Carter's memorial in a gray coat. Her outfit of choice sparked a spell of backlash. One user on X, formerly Twitter, said, "Notice how this clueless clown stands out among the sea of black?" That's not to say everyone on the social media outlet found Melania's choice to be quite so egregious. Some X users maintained that it's entirely appropriate to wear gray to a funeral, and others pointed out that Carter herself wore brown and white instead of black to Richard Nixon's funeral. One etiquette expert weighed in on the polarizing ensemble. Diane Gottsman told Newsweek, "Her choice of outfit was conservative and respectful. People are looking watchfully to find something to criticize, even when the criticism is not warranted, which probably has more to do with other issues rather than Melania's outfit." It appears that many of Melania Trump's more memorable fashion choices from her family's time in the White House were made in Texas. In 2018, while on her way to visit a detainment center for immigrant children at the border, Trump was spotted wearing a green Zara jacket with the words, "I really don't care, do you?" scrawled on the back. Melania didn't actually wear the jacket to the detainment center, but given her destination and the gravity of the visit's implications at the time, many people found her outfit highly inappropriate. Others thought that Trump was very much sending a message. Stephanie Grisham, Trump's spokesperson at the time, responded, "It's a jacket. There was no hidden message." After today's important visit to Texas, I hope the media isn't going to choose to focus on her wardrobe. The jacket remained a point of conversation for months, and in October that same year, Melania was asked about it in an interview with ABC News.
And it was for the people and for the left-wing media who are criticizing me, and I want to show them that I don't care.
In late August 2017, Hurricane Harvey devastated southern Texas. As most presidents do in the wake of a natural disaster, then President Donald Trump and then First Lady Melania Trump traveled to the Lone Star State to survey the damage and meet with affected locals. When Melania and her husband left the White House for the disaster site, however, she opted to wear a pair of stilettos. Many citizens found her choice impractical and out of touch, and some even suggested she was unaware of why she was traveling. One ex-user said, "She does know she's going to a natural disaster, right? Not sure 4-inch heels is the most appropriate footwear." By the time the Trumps landed in Texas, Melania had changed into a pair of sneakers. Still, the damage had already been done. In response, Melania's then communications director, Lindsay Reynolds, said, "It's sad that we have an active and ongoing natural disaster in Texas, and people are worried about her shoes." In 2018, Melania Trump embarked on her first solo overseas trip in her capacity as First Lady. On one of the last days of her trip, she went on a safari in Kenya. Her outfit for the excursion, however, did not go over well. One user explained on X, "In Africa, Melania raises eyebrows with Colonial hat, a common symbol of European colonial rule." Melania paired her hat with a white button-down blouse, khaki pants, and brown riding boots. As the writer noted in the tweet, pith helmets are widely seen as a symbol of colonialism, and Melania's decision to wear the helmet upset people who saw the accessory choice as a racist message. Another ex-user said, "That pith helmet you have carried was used by colonialists during the dark days. Doesn't sit well with us Africans. Who advised you?" While Melania never commented publicly on the helmet, it was during that same trip that she held the interview in which she confirmed that her controversial green jacket had indeed been a message to the media.
I would prefer that they would focus on what I do and on my initiatives than what I wear.
In 2018, Donald Trump delivered his first State of the Union address. For these occasions, elected lawmakers from across the country and other state officials gather at the U.S. Capitol building, and it's tradition for the First Lady to attend too. That year, a large group of female lawmakers wore black to the State of the Union in support of the Me Too movement. Representative Debbie Dingell told Glamour, "Black has become the color of solidarity for women in the country right now to show this movement is real. Every person needs to feel safe at work, and we've got to look forward to how we do that and how we really change the climate." However, Melania Trump caused quite a stir when she arrived at the State of the Union wearing white. Many people wondered if Melania's color choice was a protest against the Me Too movement. She has never publicly commented on why she picked out an all-white ensemble, but she has stated her thoughts on the movement.
We need to be concerned for all of them, not just boys or girls. I think for all of them.
The year following her all-white moment at the State of the Union, Melania Trump did the exact opposite. Melania's decision to wear all black at the State of the Union address stood in stark opposition to other female lawmakers who wore white in honor of the suffragette movement. At the time, Representative Lois Frankel told Glamour, "It's about sending a positive message that Democrats are fighting for the people by promoting economic security for women and families." While her stepdaughter Tiffany Trump also wore white, Melania showed up in a black Burberry outfit. Once again, many people took issue with Melania's outfit, even speculating about whether or not she was sending a message about the female lawmakers. Others wondered if her outfit was inspired by her stance on Brexit, given that she was wearing an English brand. According to Hervé Pierre, Melania's stylist, the outfit was not supposed to send a message, nor were any of her other outfits. She told WWD, "As long as I find the right outfit, the designer is almost irrelevant. Afterwards, social media will go on about Brexit or whatever. On my side, believe me, I don't think of it, because I don't have time to do that." For night 2 of the 2020 Republican National Convention, Melania Trump donned an army green Alexander McQueen jacket with a matching skirt. While some liked the ensemble, others found it to be quite off-putting, comparing her look to those worn previously by famous despots. Referencing Melania's infamous care jacket, fashion and cultural critique Diet Prada wrote on Instagram, "Last time Melania used a jacket to send a message, it was to show that the administration doesn't care about children in cages. Guess she's now signaling that she's an out and proud fascist." The clip Diet Prada shared included a video of Melania walking in her outfit, followed by photos of Adolf Hitler, Benito Mussolini, Fidel Castro, and more in similar attire. Many found the timing of Melania's outfit to be particularly interesting. The 2020 RNC was held in August amid the COVID-19 pandemic, and some months into a nationwide call for police reform and racial justice following the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Some questioned whether Melania's outfit was hinting at her stance on proposed policies concerning either of those issues. For her part, in her speech that evening, Melania referred to the COVID pandemic.
"My deepest sympathy goes out to everyone who has lost a loved one.
It's no secret that the Trumps are wealthy people. Donald Trump reportedly boasts an estimated $2.6 billion net worth, while Melania Trump is said to hold an estimated $50 million separate from her husband. Basically, they can afford to buy just about anything they could want, and it seems that they do. In 2017, however, Melania might have taken this to something of an extreme. While on a state visit to Italy for the G7 summit, Melania walked through Sicily in a Dolce & Gabbana dress that cost $51,500. At the time, onlookers were upset about Melania's choice of jacket because of its staggering price. In 2017, the median salary of an American woman was $41,977. Again, the Trump family has never tried to be relatable, but for some, this costly garment was a bridge too far. In 2021, the jacket re-entered the conversation when Vice President Kamala Harris was criticized for shelling out $500 on kitchen accessories while in Paris. In response to this criticism, one ex-user said, "Fox News, in 2017, Melania Trump wore this $51,500 Dolce & Gabbana jacket to a visit with G7 leaders. Please don't talk to me about Kamala Harris spending $500 on cookware." Much of the criticism Melania Trump received for the fashion choices she made as First Lady came down to the price of the clothing she wore. During her time in the White House, Melania frequently sported pieces from Chanel, Alexander McQueen, Stella McCartney, and Hermes, all of which existed in price ranges far outside the average American's budget. And in 2017, Melania was spotted in the garden wearing a $1,380 Balmain flannel. One ex-user said, "I question the morals and wisdom of someone who spends over $1,000 on a gardening shirt that looks like something you can buy in Target for less than $20. The price of the shirt wasn't the only reason the public questioned Melania's decision. Another user commented, "It's 82 degrees in DC today. I'm having a hot flash just looking at that shirt, Balmain or not." As is the case with all political discourse, some thought the feedback was unwarranted. One commenter said, "Not a Trump fan, but it's not the taxpayers' money. As long as she's living within her ginormous budget, she can wear what she wants."